What's up, YouTube? And every targeted individual in the world, good morning or good night, wherever you at. This live gonna be about knowing your audience. Know your audience. Know your audience because it causes discomfort. It causes discomfort if you don't know your audience. You know, that's why like people can hear me. It's not showing, but yeah, know your audience. Damn, it's not showing. It's not showing. Can people hear me? I don't even know. But anyway, just know your audience. It's about knowing your audience. Under this surveillance, um, harassment program, harassed and surveilled, being being told that you're being harassed, being told that you're being watched subliminally. Um, it's for ultimate destruction. That's what it's for. It's for ultimate destruction. So know your audience. Know that citizens aren't watching you through your phone camera. Know that citizens aren't. Um, they aren't. They don't have the technology. And whoever is paying these people, they keep them out of that. They keep them out of. Um, like they keep them stupid. They keep them stupid. So you know, like somehow you might get directed conversations as if um, the person that's doing it was listening to you in your privacy. You know, you might get those type of directed conversations, but just know these perps are that stupid. Like they're that smart to have people doing stuff. They're that smart to have people doing stuff uh, um, without them really actually knowing what's going on. Like they just get a notification to do certain things. They just get a notification to do certain things and say certain things in front of you, and they not really realizing what's really going on. Like they're not really realizing like it's like some type of 3-letter agency um showing them and telling them to do this type of stuff. They don't really realize that. They don't. So you have to understand that type of stuff. But you just be aware of your audience. Know your audience. It's they got people. They got a fake crowd wherever you at. It causes breathing problems. But there's a fake crowd. Like it's a fake crowd. Like the crowd is artificial. And standing behind the artificial crowd, they try to um, standing in front of the artificial crowd, that they try to make it look like they try to make it look like it's citizens doing all these psychological tactics, and they understand every part of it. Um, they try to act like that, but you have to understand that standing behind that artificial audience, standing who's standing behind that artificial audience is law enforcement. Law enforcement is standing behind that artificial audience, using these citizens um, to cause people discomfort, using citizens to cause people discomfort. You know, doing using citizens to cause people discomfort, because if you just knew it was law enforcement watching you, you wouldn't be uncomfortable. so they tell you as citizens you wouldn't be uncomfortable. You know, yeah, I seen somebody post an article. France is now allowing um, cameras from phones and microphones to be used for police investigations. France is. They're now allowing phones, you know, like they can tap into your phone for investigation and a camera for an investigation. So it's not the illusion that they put us in. You know, it's only the cops that can do that type of stuff. You know, hackers are only hackers. You know, they don't do anything else. And those are cops. You know, and everybody can't hack. Everybody doesn't even know that you can hack somebody's phone camera or hack somebody microphone or something. But yeah, France is now allowing that. Yeah, France is allowing microphones and phone cameras to be used in police investigations. But you know, people having problem with these colors and you know these colors, these you know people talk about red shirt, blue shirt. They got on this color, and if that drives you crazy, you got to understand the destruction. They trying to cause destruction in your mind. They're trying to purge you out of society. If that causes you a problem, it's really a purging out of society. That's what it really is. They're really trying to purge you out of society. Like they're trying to purge you out of society. Us, meaning, but that's what that is. Like they try to sensitize, bro. Imagine being sensitized to vehicles, a certain vehicle, and then that's all you type of. That's all you see everywhere. You know, they trying to purge people out of society, bro. Like they really. But no, I never let the red and the blue. I don't. I've never let that bother me. Like, bro, imagine not wanting to look at that. You know, having a problem with a color, having a problem with a color, having a problem with seeing a color. Like they're trying to purge you out of society. I can't be sensitized to red and blue. I can't be sensitized to any color. They're everywhere. You know, but yeah, that's just what they are. That's what they do. But um, when it comes to switching subjects just a little bit, and I'm get back on the surveillance. But when it comes to like finances, you want to save your money, bro. It gets very very bad. Like it gets very bad once you start saving your money. And I get a disability check, and I work, so it's a little bit easier for me. But its targeting does get worse uh, once you start saving money. Like it started crowding me and everything, like just crowding around me, trying to make me just get frustrated, just frustration. They've been trying to make me get frustrated and crowding me and I go in the store, be a bunch of people in there and coming in after me and all of that, like just crazy stuff, you know, like just crowding and doing stuff like that. So it's um, they're just trying to mentally break you down. They're just trying to mentally break you. So you have to understand what this is. But back to oh yeah, matter of fact, too as well. Um, they're starting to threaten me. They'll start to threaten you and stuff like that, like how they did Myron Mays. If you don't know Myron Mays, he was well off. He was a well off individual, and it's kind of worse when you have a lot of things and they start to try to threaten you with jail and stuff like that. But they do that with finances so that you'll end up spending money. Oh, let me not let me not save money. Let me go spend money. Let me go on a date and go spend money because this is going to happen to me. Nah, you feel what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not doing that. So, you know, I'm just gonna continue saving my money. You know, they try to threaten framing me and doing all of this type of stuff. I'm just going to continue saving my money because I know exactly what they're trying to do. Like, why would I want to be back in the situation of not having funds? Like, why would I want to be back in that situation of saving money? Not even can't save 2,000 a month for disability and spending it every month. No, I'm saving my money now, and now the target is getting insane. It gets wild. It gets insane. They start to overcrowd you, and just attack you mentally. But you just gotta pray to God, and just pray to God and keep it moving. You know, but that's sad. It's really sad the way they try to come at your finances and try to make you like broke. That's sad. Like try to keep you out of jobs. I believe so. Unless it was just, unless it was just, unless it was just the fact that, um, like I'm in an area where jobs are a certain way. Um, in the downtown area, so I couldn't really find a job like that. But I have one now. It's just a temporary one though, but it's cool. But back to the surveillance. Yeah, know your audience. That's gonna help you with breathing. That's gonna help you with acting normal. That's gonna help you with acting normal. It's gonna help you with your breathing. Your audience is only alphabet agencies, and they use these citizens, to uh, cause discomfort, to make it seem like these citizens that act as perps, um, to make it seem like they act as gang stalkers, to make it seem like citizens are stalking you when it's really just an agency. It's really just an agency. It's not citizens. It's an agency that's using citizens, and it causes discomfort. It causes breathing problems. It causes all type of stuff. You're gonna jump um, back in, and it's gonna be kind of in, and it's gonna be kind of off and on. It's gonna be kind of off and on once you know your audience. Like you'll say you trip up, and you don't want nobody to see it. They're gonna make you think everybody's seeing you trip on your shoe. You know, like stuff like that. They're gonna make you think that everybody seeing you fall, like on your shoe, like you trip and fall, or something like that. They'll make it seem like that, and you kind of be, you'll kind of be discomfort. You'll be uncomfortable a little bit, but you'll just snap back into reality and realize that people aren't, and citizens aren't using drones and street cameras and stuff like that, and hacking people's phone cameras. Citizens aren't doing that. So once you realize that, you know your audience. That helps you with breathing. You can stop talking to yourself in the house too, or anywhere, like how I do, anywhere. Like I be, sometimes I talk to myself, like when I'm walking in the street, just because you think you're being surveilled and you think that your audience matters. The audience that the audience that can surveil in that way, they don't matter. If you a hacker, hackers don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Even if it's a hacker does not matter, bro. Like those people do not matter. That's crazy. If you can watch somebody through their phone camera, those people don't matter, bro. That audience doesn't matter. And you have to understand that. So, you know, I just get on here and help people, bro. Like, I'm targeted too, like extremely, like extreme. My stuff is extreme, but I don't get on here and talk about my stuff. I posted stuff on my shorts. My stuff is extreme. You gotta learn how to. Yeah, you see that. You have to learn how to count everything as coincidence. Count certain things as coincidence. Just a coincidence. Plus sirens. I've noticed that sirens go off like at the top of the hour. Like it's 7 o'clock now. Like it's exactly 7 o'clock and them sirens started going off. But I've noticed that they might just do like a test run or something. Like I don't know if it's for us. I think that's just the system doing what they do with them sirens. Sometimes they used to be crazy and on purpose, but I know when it's on purpose and I know when it's just normal. But when it's top of the hour, they usually do like sirens sometime in any hour. As soon as they hit a certain time, like they'll do a as soon as it hits a certain time, they'll do sirens at like the top of the hour. So if it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock exact, I noticed that they do that too. So you got to write certain stuff off as coincidence. But my stuff is extreme. Like my targeting is extreme. Like they're really afraid of me. Um, like I get a disability check, and I work too. So, and I just started working. I usually try not to have a job, but or just have a job I can do with myself, a driving job. But I get on here to help people. I listen to people's lives, and a lot of people, um, like I see where their discomfort is, and it's not knowing uh, what's causing them discomfort, not knowing, uh, basically not knowing their audience. It gets repetitive saying this stuff, but basically not knowing your audience is going to cause you the most problems that it can be. You have to know who, because they take away your common sense. They made you think that everybody in the world was watching you like a TV show. You'll sit there and respond to things that you do in your house alone. Like, oh, I just slam the refrigerator. You might say, "Oh, I ain't do that on purpose. I ain't do that because I'm mad," or or something like that. Just some stupid stuff, like you know, just just dumb stuff, just dumb stuff. So you just have to understand what they do. You know, they take your common sense away from you and tell you that everybody's watching you like a TV show. So that way, you'll respond to everything that you see and everything that you hear. And it's smart. It's smart. That's some smart stuff. Um, it's not really smart, actually. It's not smart. It's just, it's some smart stuff, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's some sick people, bro. Sick people. They do this stuff for no reason. They do this stuff to innocent people, bro. And it's annoying. It's very annoying. But it's okay. I'm just gonna keep saving my money and try to get myself out of these type of environments. Get a little bit more control of my life. You know, and ultimately do what I want to do. And that's just pretty much what that is. But yeah, it's just a bunch of sick people, bro. They're just sick. It's sick, bro. It's sick stuff, sick people. So you just have to understand and know your audience to gain your life back. You know, gain your life back. You have to know your audience. Get your life back. Get your common sense back. Because they have people running around. Um, targets. They have targets running around thinking that everybody's watching them, and it causes so much discomfort. You can't drive in your car sometimes. It causes so much discomfort. It causes so much discomfort. You can't drive in your car sometimes. I mean, you'll get uncomfortable, but you have to snap back into it. Who who in the world would be listening or watching me through my dashboard or something? Who would be doing that? You think regular citizens doing that? You out your mind. And I thought that too before. And it caused me so much anger. It caused me so much anger. Like so much, it used to cause me so much anger. It used to cause me so much anger until I realized what was going on. And the reason that they do that, the reason that they put the public, they'll surround the public with targeted, with, well, not targeted, but they'll surround targeted individuals with the public, and they'll use the public to make the public seem like everybody's tech savvy and can look at people through their phone camera and listen to people. Everybody's watching you. Nah, it's just the police watching me. It's just the police watching me. That's pretty much what it is. It's all alphabet agency. You know, and they try to put fear in you. I don't care. I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care. So that's another thing. You gotta let go of these worldly things, bro, because these people are sick. If you don't let your mind, you gotta let your mind let go of those things because they'll try to threaten you. Your mind has to let go of these certain things because they'll threaten you. And if you in fear, you're gonna end up doing something to mess your life up if you're in fear. You know, that's what they do. That's what it's called. That's why they target you, to make you make certain moves and move a certain way. You know, so they think they can scare you. I don't know why they think they can scare me. I know the system. I know the system. I know racism. I know hate. I know supremacy. I know all of these things. I know hate. I know supremacy. I know attack. I know attack. I know attack of a person that I live in a homeless shelter. I live in homeless shelters. Attack of a person that receives a disability check. I was already told that people weren't going to like the fact that I have a disability check. That day I got home, I noticed I was targeted. You know, so that's what it's for. All of these other things, um, I'm talking about myself. My bad. I don't do that. But yeah, just knowing your audience. I know I sound like keep saying the same thing. I'm just really kind of worn out, you know. But I keep saying the same thing. I keep saying the same thing because it really matters and it really changed my life. Taking back my common sense. No citizen is watching me through my phone camera. No citizen is using irregular uh, technologies to do certain stuff. There's not a bar of people watching someone like a movie. It's not a bar of citizens watching someone like a movie, like the Truman Show showed you. That's not real, you know. So he drove himself crazy in that movie. I need to break that movie down. But yeah, he drove himself crazy in that movie. You know, I want to break that movie down and just look at it. Just look at what was going on. Just look what they was doing to him. Just look at what they was doing to him, and look at what he was doing. Look at his reaction. You know, look at his reactions. You know, but yeah, that's how they try to destroy you. Like, that's really mental destruction. If you don't take your mind back, and then when you take your mind back, you still gonna go through being treated different. You know, being treated different, being treated different everywhere that you go. You know, you still gonna experience that, but at least get your common sense back. At the least get your common sense back. You know, take your common sense back at the least. Not anything else. Take that from them. You know, take your common sense back from them. They really just went into your life and just obliterated stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Like they obliterated stuff. You know, they obliterated stuff. Like they really had you thinking everybody was involved, and it's not. You know, when you go into a store, you still gonna be crowded with a. You probably be if you're a man target, you still gonna be crowded with a bunch of girls that's probably not going to give you the time of day. You know, but you have to pick. You have to go through. You have to pick through. You know, you got to find who real and find who not. You know, like I said, once I can, I'm just gonna be going up to girls and talking to them, and every one of them. If I go into Walmart, I'm gonna go up to every one of them if I got to, because I can't. You know, that's something you really can't live without is a relationship. But you know, that's just what that is. You gotta be sexual. You gotta be in a sexual relationship. But yeah, they mess all that stuff up too. At least they try to. You just gotta get your common sense back and understand that it's not everybody involved. Everybody's not involved. Everybody's not doing this stuff. Everybody not of knowledge. Everybody's not in whatever cult it is that people think they're working for. I don't know if they think people think they working for the police. I mean, no, people think they working for some type of group, like a cult. People think they're working for some type of cult or what person. I don't fucking know, but I don't. They're working for the police ultimately. They don't even know that. Everything's police. Everything is police, bro. Everything. They're working for the police. They're working for these three-letter agencies. I don't know. They think they're working for you on tracking people. Come on now, that's police. That's three-letter agencies. I don't know if they think they're working for uh, entertainment industries or something or a cult. All of that stuff is police. All of it. MTV, FBI, BET. Those three letters. Those three letters. And these people don't care the mental torture that they put you through. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care, bro. So that's just what that is, and that's terrible. Like the fact this stuff can even be going on. Like, bro, they don't care. They don't care, bro. But um, it's obvious. It's obvious. We have the things that we can show regular people. At the even regular people understand something's not right. Something's not right with what this person is telling me, what this target is telling me. Something is not right. That dude is being tracked and followed around the country, and harassed, you know. So that's just what that is. I'm gonna keep this live 30 some minutes, I guess. No one in the comments. So just knowing your audience, I will continue to, this it's not even a lesson. Like it's not even a lesson. It's not an everyday lesson. It's not an everyday lesson. Like it's not an everyday lesson. This is not something. This is something you hear once. Like, oh yeah, my common sense is back. No citizen is watching you through your phone camera. No citizen is listening to you through a microphone. No citizen is bugging the street. Um, and listening to you when you talk to yourself. No citizen is no citizen is listening to you in your house when you're alone. Um, no citizen is doing that, and they tell you citizens is doing that to cause the discomfort. No citizen is doing that. It's only three-letter agencies. It's only three-letter agencies just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. It's only three-letter agencies, and they're going to continue to try to play with your common sense. We're not that interesting to be watching like that, or just looking at. Um, but yeah, we're not that interesting to be watched and looked at and studied by citizens. Oh, look what he's doing. No, 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 no. Those are three-letter agency people. But I'm gonna keep this live. I'm gonna keep this live here. I'll talk to y'all next live. Probably have to get a little bit more professional. But I love every targeted individual in the world that's going through psychological warfare. I get on here to help y'all because they take your common sense, and I just naturally grab my common sense back. So I'll talk to y'all later, and I love all y'all.